This week on Not Another Shooting Show.
If I drop that on the floor, I'm eating that bitch.
My hobby before shooting was home renovation.
He fell at a multi-gun match about 2 weeks ago, and we felt it in Gretna.
Good luck at nationals.
I appreciate it, Andy. Could you be a little more enthusiastic?
He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We take you to a Kroger in Saginaw, Michigan.
That doesn't sound like a place I want to go.
A parolee has been jailed following a shooting in the parking lot of a Bay County grocery store. Not because the man pulled the trigger, as the wounded man did that himself, but because he allegedly took the gun and ran off with it. This story is so great. It's so great. First off, I just have to say, this, for like a local news story, this is written so much better than the average shitty news story. I don't know what mlive.com is. It's probably like a newspaper. They're better writers than the TV people for sure. But anyway, here's a quote from the Bay County Sheriff. There were a lot of bad decisions made in a short amount of time. Deputies responded to the reported shooting at a Kroger on Euclid Avenue in Bay County's Bangor Township shortly before 11 a.m. on Saturday. They arrived to find a 28-year-old man suffering from a gunshot wound to his upper thigh. This is probably my favorite part of the story. The man had been putting his .45 caliber handgun in his waistband or holster when when he somehow compressed the trigger, sending a bullet into his leg.
It's a good thing he's alive shooting a 4.5.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that would have ripped his leg off.
He's lucky he still has a femur. His 29-year-old friend grabbed the gun and fled the scene with it before deputies arrived.
Free gun.
Yeah, the injured man legally owned the handgun. The wounded man has been taken to a hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Lucky. They're on the lookout. They have a bolo out for his absent friend. Within a couple hours, someone matching that description called 911. They found him. He was taken into custody and admitted to taking the gun and hiding it behind Tractor Supply Company, nearly 2 miles from the Kroger.
Okay, I have a question. Mm-hmm. Do you think this was just like natural reaction for him? Is he's not used to dealing with like legal shit, and so he's like, "Oh shit, gun went off. I need to go stash it because that's just what we do."
Well, considering he was a felon and a parolee, yeah, I think that was his natural reaction.
He just reverted to his base instinct of, "Oh, gun needs to be hidden," and it's like, I just imagine his friend like, "Bro,
what are you doing? Where are you going with that gun? I'm shouting, help! Help me!
We didn't do anything illegal."
Probably, yeah. So he was arrested. He's a felon, so he's prohibited from possessing guns. So he, gets that too on top of it all. They booked him on charges of violating parole and felon in possession of a firearm. Well played, sir. That is seriously one of the best stories we've read so far on the show. So good. This next story comes from my neck of the woods, Mitchell, South Dakota, home of the Corn Palace, Jeff.
Ooh.
The world-famous Corn Palace, next to all the wall drug signs we have here in South Dakota. Now, this is like a local TV news story, and, they go for the clickbait headlines. Like, what? Oh, what? Okay, here's the headline. 125 guns found at Mitchell man's home and business.
Okay. Is that like a weird number?
Exactly. That's kind of what I thought. I just found it interesting that was the headline. And, agents also found 8 silencers and more than 10,000 rounds of ammunition. And a machine gun.
Those ones could be interesting depending on paperwork.
Yeah. I have a feeling he had all the paperwork. The problem comes in when he's been booked. Let's see, where was the part? Oh, yeah. He was arrested for drug and stalking charges back in December.
Of course he was.
Yeah. Investigators found 3 ounces of THC wax in his bedroom, a scale with meth residue, and that was inside a safe that only he had access to. Oh. The guy's name is Corey Cummings. Yeah. Anyway, he was also arrested earlier this year for driving under the influence of drugs. He was already out on bond for 3 additional DUI charges. So, but aside from all that other stuff, I mean, I always laugh when someone, there were 1,000 rounds of ammunition found in the home. I just cranked that out on my Dylan on Sunday.
Right. And it's one of I have issue with it due to other topics, but I do love how many useless facts are included with this, because really it should be like man convicted of drug things arrested with firearms in home. End of statement. But you got to put that there's 125 of them, that there's a machine gun, whether it's a machine gun or not. I mean,
I think it was like this dude was loaded. Like he had a very lucrative business. I believe it probably was, because I mean 8 silencers and a machine gun. I'm guessing he did all that paperwork before the whole meth THC thing
and stocking because the whole raid on it was the stocking charges stem from an incident 9 days before the raid. So I think court documents say Cummings threatened to hire a hitman to kill a woman.
Yeah. No,
he's a upstanding citizen, right?
Interesting dude. He's an interesting dude for sure. Okay, so we're gonna do the abridged version of what we normally do in a show, just for a little bit, and then we're gonna play the rest of the interviews we did at Cornhusker Classic. Todd Woitzel, the match director, he's fun. Tanfo Timmy, Tim Dunderi, and Ben Egelston. We're going to talk to those 3 guys, we already did that like 10 days ago, but you're going to hear it now on the podcast. 3 Minnesota, North Dakota boys. There's going to be a lot of O's and ya's and shures and definitely some sorries.
Also, sorry, Ben.
My lack of enthusiasm. I still have not played that moment back yet. As we're recording this, I haven't, like, those 3 things I just got to slap them together at the end of this and it'll be done. I haven't actually listened to it yet. There's a moment where I'm sincerely trying to wish Ben good luck. After
12 hours on the range, he was our 8th interview.
It didn't come across that way.
No, when 2 extremely autistic dudes kind of look at you and go, "That okay?"
I was tired and drunk, and my hangover was already starting, and it was like not even 6 p.m. But anyway, okay. Other stuff here before we get to those interviews. Where was it? Oh, worst squad mate, the podcast guy.
Oh God, this wonderful, wonderful gentleman. So imagine, okay, I'm just going to be really stereotypical. Imagine a dude from a trailer park who like has a D-ring full of keys. You're picturing the exact type of dude that this dude was.
I feel attacked. I often have a D-ring full of keys just because I lose stuff.
Right. I shot a match out in Alliance, Nebraska, which is in the middle of literal nowhere, and they have a nice little club down there. They put on a 5-stage local. Awesome people. Awesome. I always have fun when I'm out there. This dude violated so many etiquettes that I wasn't even aware were etiquettes because I didn't think anyone would ever do them. He listened to Tucker Carlson's podcast for the entire time. And I'm not talking like you'd listen to it. He sat in the back, even when he, like, the 1 or 2 times he did pace, which violated that faux pas. He left his phone sitting on the bench playing Tucker Carlson loud enough that you could hear it with hearing protection.
Wow.
And I was like, bro,
that's annoying as hell.
And I'm like, how was that? Why would you think that's okay? Like, I don't understand. And of course, we're all Midwesterners, so no one wants to be the guy that'd be like, hey, bro, why don't you like paste and shut your damn podcast off? Because why?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really annoying. It's almost annoying as my summer shandy can that the pull tab did not work on. I like literally right now I'm using a screwdriver to finish opening my summer shandy. It's that annoying. That's how annoying this guy was. Yeah, bad squad mates can be bad. At the club match at Sioux Falls Practical last weekend, we heard Chris from another squad. He had a bunch of noobs. He got pissed. He was yelling at everybody, "Get on pace, reset!" You know, my worst one. It's not. I know exactly what to say right away. Low cap Nats in 2021, Talladega, Alabama.
Okay.
Some asshat who he's Jersey guy you've never heard of.
Yep.
He's got an Infinity limited gun. He's shooting L10.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know. And just generally irritating. I think he was a local. So there was a stage that had a weekend. You remember there was it was kind of a speed shooty thing, and then it was a weekend. I don't think it was a speed shoot. I think it was more of a standard. Anyway, I was looking forward to this stage because I'm good at weekend because my weekend is my strong hand. And I hit, there was a no shoot on one of these targets. And I shot it pretty good, but I plugged that no shoot, and I was pissed about it, but I wasn't melting that. I wasn't throwing mags. I wasn't going all Jeff and Andy at the time. But then this guy I don't even know, as they're scoring, turns back and goes, "We need a white paster over here! White paster! Hey, where's the white pasters at? We need a white paster over here because there's a hole in the white. We need a white paster." I wanted to fucking kill him.
Yep.
I was so pissed.
Yep,
I don't know the guy. Like, you can say that to your friends. You can, like, if Jeff and I are shooting a match and he plugs the no shoot, sure, I'll turn around and go, "Hey, we need the white pasters." Right. But like, Jeff and I say "fuck you." That's how we say "I love you." You know.
Right.
I don't know this guy, and this is my first Nats on the. I think it was the second day. It was like second stage of the second day.
That's a bro thing. That's like your buddies can mock you that way. Randos, no. That's a classic. I'm allowed to beat up my brother. You're not allowed to beat up my brother type moment.
And I have also, there have been some like local guys who have like turned it around. You know, they were the guy that showed up at the very last minute, did nothing to help set up, and eventually somebody had a chat with him and said, "That's not cool."
Yep.
And you need to help and also reset. And you're not a dummy. You can run a timer. You're a young millennial, old Gen Z or young millennial, however old he is. You know. And there's another really new guy this year who, for like I think it was our first club match, he just kind of stood there and didn't do anything. Yeah. And sometimes I don't know if it's just because they really want to do this thing, but they're really socially awkward and they're just paralyzed. And so I very calmly and like I could sense he was nervous, and I just went over and just said, "Hey, it's like the etiquette of the sport. Like, you go help reset after every shooter unless you're next or in the hole or you just shot." And even then, at a smaller club match like this, even if you're in the hole, you should probably go paste a couple targets too. So, and at the club match this past weekend, he did fine. You know, and he did his fair share.
A lot of people, they want direction. They're at a new place with doing a new thing, and they're like, "I'm not sure." Now, like my club, because my club is extra toxic at all times, I've had to yell at the super squad. I've had to yell at the cops. I've had to yell. We have whole sections that have to be corrected on a regular basis, and it's frustrating. But you do need to. Someone has to be the enforcer that is like, "Hey guys, this match only moves on if we all pace. So get out there." And so It sucks, but I definitely the white paster thing again. My club being extra toxic. One of the now former cops. He will yell it so loud that you can hear it 2 bays over, and you're like, dude, it's not funny at this point. Like you've ruined the fun of it. You took it out back and you shot it like 6 times in the back of the head.
Like the governor of South Dakota.
Yes.
So I thought of a weird analogy today, but it's so true. You know how like some people will switch guns and then they have problems, like maybe they shot a Glock for a long time and then they go to shoot a CZ and then things go poorly.
Right.
Well, the same thing happened to me today, except it wasn't with a pistol. All last week and then the first 2 days of this week, I've been basically in truck driving boot camp.
Okay.
My job requires me to get a Class A CDL, full tractor trailer semi license in the first 120 days of my employment. And the simplest way to do this was just, okay, you're going to go up to Sioux Falls and you're just going to drive and train and practice and then take the test. Like, you're not going to do your normal job for a week and a half. Okay. So that's what I've been doing. And let me tell you, learning to back a semi into a little parallel parky thing sucks ass. It's not easy to learn. It took me forever. It was really hard. I'm doing it on a manual transmission, which the shifting's not that hard. But the truck I was driving all last week and yesterday and this morning, like the emergency, when the system runs out of air, the parking brake comes on automatically.
Okay.
At least it's supposed to, but this one wasn't. And it's kind of a big deal. And if I'm taking a test in it, that has to work because I have to do this like test thing. And so that doesn't work. Plus the steering, the front wheels sound like they're about to fall off. It's creaking so bad.
Yep.
So I have to drive a different truck. Now it's the same truck, same brand, same transmission, same gear shifter, but everything's different. Yep. The clutch is more sensitive. This transmission is geared way lower. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but basically first, second, and third gear are unusable from a stop unless you have a really heavy load. I finally, the trainer guy said, maybe you should try starting in fourth. Oh, well, that actually worked. Great. Awesome. I basically had to relearn driving the truck all over again.
Yep.
Because of the training I had prior. Like, I could run that other truck no problem. And it was sort of this epiphany like, hey, dipshit, you don't deserve to get upset with your performance at Cornhusker or even at your club. Well, I wasn't disappointed at the club match the other day. I'll save that for the Patreon episode. I haven't, first off, I haven't trained as much as I normally do. And I basically have switched guns at this point.
Yep.
I don't deserve to be upset about anything.
Correct.
Like, not at all. By the way, after my, I will say my TAC Sport did take a giant shit in the match on Sunday. The safety fell out, by the way. Turns out. Oh hell! I'll just tell that story quick too. So I'm shooting. The first stage went okay. It was a little slow. I'm not sure why. Robert beat me by like a whole second on a really quick stage. It was fine. Second stage, I had an FTSA.
Those make you super happy.
And okay, guess how I ended up with the FTSA?
A 3-yard target that you forgot to shoot at?
Well, I forgot to shoot at it. It was a little, not much farther than 3 yards. It was sort of an alleyway target that you had to stop in one specific spot for, but I changed my plan too soon before I shot. Yep. I found a truly better plan. Like, definitely, like, no, I need to change this. I just didn't burn it in enough before I shot it. I had time to do it. It wasn't like I did it 2 shooters before or anything, but I just screwed that up. And so there was that. And then the next stage, I threw a random mic on, like, I'm standing still for, it was like a 20, 25-yard target. It wasn't close. But, like, I called one that was, like, a Delta, and the other 2 were Alphas. Well, I get up there, and I've got Alpha mic, I guess. And then on the 4th stage, the gun quit running. the slide would lock back, but it's not the slide stop engaging it. It's the safety holding it back.
Right.
And if you pull a CZ, I don't know, do your Shadow 2s do this? If you pull it partially back and activate the safety, will it kind of hang up on the slide? Are you in arm's reach of one? If not, don't worry about it.
Not with arm's reach. No.
Okay, never mind. Anyway, this would happen. And then after it took a shit, I think the magazine spring in my 24-round mag kind of also, I need a new spring. I ditched that mag and then put in a new one, and then I just shot the rest of it strong hand only because why not? Because my match is completely fucked at this point.
Of course.
And I actually shot it pretty good, like for strong hand only. And then after the stage was over, I filled up a different mag, and I was like, "Hey, Robert, can I just function fire this thing, make sure it's gonna work?" And he said, "Yep, go ahead." And I'm splitting that bitch, just and then the safety falls out. The right-hand side of the safety fell out of the gun. And that also locked it up because at that point there's nothing holding the safety pin straight, and that completely locked up the gun. So turns out I went to go try different, because like the safeties that were in it were not the originals. It was different ones. The originals don't work because I'm left-handed, and it's basically if you've bought a Shadow 2 with a slight ledge on the left-hand side, well, the right-hand side is a flat one. Well, I'm left-handed, so I need that one to, turn it off. And I find this other piece in the bag with the original safety. And my friend Robert Wyatt is he's a Shadow 2 nerd, and so I just took a picture and I said, "Hey, Robert, I found this part in the case for my tac sport. Do you know what it is?" And he said, "Yeah, that is it retains the right-hand side safety of a CZ."
Oh, that little detail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what I think happened, it was a long time ago. I mean, we're talking 5-6 years ago, probably, when this piece left the gun. I think it just fell out while I was monkeying with it because I didn't know what I was doing. First CZ I'd ever owned or taken apart anyway. And it fell out and I didn't know where it went. And I'm like, well, it seems to be working, and it went back together. Okay, no problem. Turns out it was important. So
That's always fun.
yeah. So anyway, if you all of a sudden have a different semi or a different pistol, things are going to go sideways real fast. So there you go. Before we get to the Cornhusker interview, guys, patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. Our Reddit. We hit 100 people on Reddit. We have 100, like, what are they called? Members? Or subscribers?
Yeah.
Members. That's what it calls them. I'm looking at it now. We hit 100, which I don't know. I'm kind of that's kind of cool that 100 people follow our goofiness on Reddit.
I'm shocked. I truly am.
No, that's fun. And then MW Activewear, get you some jerseys for your match, and they will cost a lot less than you'll get elsewhere. Okay. We talked to 3 guys at Cornhusker Classic a couple of weeks ago. We're going to start off talking with the match director. He's originally from up north there, North Dakota. He's a Fargo boy. Todd Woitzel.
That's why when I sing karaoke, it's always Roadhouse Blues, because there's only 3 notes in the whole song.
Keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel.
Yeah.
Todd Woitzel on the podcast with us, having a beer. This is your match we're at, and it's raining cats and dogs now.
It's raining. This is not showering. This is raining. But it looks like it's going to be over in an hour and a half, and it won't affect tomorrow.
And, the staff match is over. It's been over for a couple hours.
About, what, 2-ish?
32-ish.
We were done right at about 2, I think, weren't we?
You guys were the first squad, yeah.
That's because Jeff is a psychopath when it comes to scoring.
We had each squad had a non-shooter RO, so we RO'd the ROs.
Uh-huh.
We didn't really do that. Basically, a helper.
Yeah.
to take pressure off. I think it helps the RO squads get
It does
through
a
and
lot.
enjoy the match a
It
little
lets
bit.
us sit around and talk a lot more.
Well,
and not
it
reset.
lets you maybe focus on shooting.
Yeah, and it makes it feel like they are shooting a major match.
Yeah,
Feels
no,
like they
it
get
does.
a shot anyway. Yeah.
No, this is
And-
the least amount of administration I've had to do at a match this year. Outside of the rifle match. I don't know if I even ran a timer at that, but
People showed up about at the same time, actually, when staff finished, started walking through, except for, Ben Moore, if you're listening from Minneapolis, you've been here for 2 days walking through. So
he did the same thing at Great Plains.
Yeah, no, he does. He gets them down. We got the lanes out there trying to crack the code on Bay 5 based on what I saw him do last year. I don't know if he'll crack it. So we'll see. Sorry, Lane. By the time this podcast is out, I guess we'll see if you won Bay 5.
Yeah. That's what's fun is this is before the main match, so we don't know who won.
So all the important people have already shot.
This episode will come out on Wednesday, and literally, here's the best part, Jeff. All we're gonna have to do tomorrow night is actually we could do it tonight. We just gotta do an intro and an outro.
Yep.
And we're just gonna put all the
interviews.
clips in the middle because we've had so many people come by.
Kind of take a week off, maybe.
We could do 2 episodes. We could do the Patreon.
Yeah.
We could bury Lane and Craig Tappy in the Patreon and give it some clickbait headline like the secret to shooting like a
Secret of the
god.
tryhards.
Yeah, we could. I hope I didn't jinx Craig, because I like Craig by
Yeah.
putting that open division in him. He's won that here a few times, but hey, you got to prove it every year, Craig. So
Yeah.
you know what it looks like.
So once the match starts though, things kind of settle down.
Yeah, they do. I mean, this morning the staff, obviously we told them at the staff meeting, make sure you get a good look at those stages if you're the first squad to go through it, so that way if we catch anything, and there was couples 3 little small things, but that somebody in theory could have said they wanted a reshoot on, but you fix them before it happens. There was a target hung backwards on a swinger.
That swinger, somebody wanted to reshoot on that one
The baby,
because of it. That was our last stage of the day.
the baby rhino had a mic and tried to say that one of the staple holes, because it was ripped and switched, was a bullet hole. And he's like, I want an overlay. And I'm like, that's a staple hole, dude.
And then I walked up and I'm like, that's a staple hole. And then he's like, okay.
Tremor, that's his new nickname, by the way.
Tremor? Why?
Colin, you mean?
Yeah.
Baby Rhino. He fell at a multi-gun match about 2 weeks ago, and we felt it in Gretna. By the way, it is because of the veracity in which he hit the ground.
He does everything with 100% aggression, which makes he switched to open, which is perfect for him. But he does everything with an extreme passion.
I want to see him shoot a revolver match.
Shoot a what?
Revolver.
I don't know if he'd know what to do.
That would be funny.
He'd break he'd break that 12-pound trigger on a Smith &
Yeah.
Wesson.
Yep.
Yeah. So, okay. I just ran my match a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And my satisfaction level, when the staff match started, my satisfaction level for how everything turned out was at 80, between 80 and 85%. There's some things I was annoyed about. How are you feeling about your match?
I'm very critical about it. There's a popper on base 6 that I wish was moved to the right about 8 feet.
That's so funny because I was bitching about the exact same kind of little stuff. I have no idea what you're talking about. Which popper?
So the activator on base 6, you can shoot it from the back. By
That's
the way,
okay.
I don't necessarily think that's the best play. But
That's how I shot it.
Right. And if it would have been right 6 feet, you would have had to at least get into a moving or a different position. I think it makes the stage a little more interesting. What's funny is, you set up the stages, you proof them. You're looking for safety issues, number 1. You're looking for shoot-throughs, all that stuff you go through. You almost, it's kind of funny what I should have done. I would actually do this in the future. I would take a couple people that maybe don't plan on shooting, and once they're set up and actually run the stage. The trouble is you got to hang the targets, and then it rains on them, so you waste a bunch of targets. But I don't know. You maybe just have to get somebody that just to come in and say walk through it with a put your finger gun out there, and what would you do just to catch those oopsies? Because you did it 2 weeks ago. You stare at that stage 30 times setting it up.
Yeah.
And you just need a different viewpoint, and you miss stuff. It's the way it is.
Here's the thing, though. I think so differently about this match than my match because it's not my match.
Yeah.
And like but this is something I completely understand what you're talking about with that popper on 6.
Yeah.
To me, I think that makes it cool. It's another option. It's not a great option, but for me, I thought it was a good option because I am having no trouble hitting what I'm shooting at this match. Now, keeping my safety from re-engaging and not stepping out of the shooting area while shooting has been a giant fucking problem for me.
Why are you not shooting your Glock? You shoot your Glock so nice.
Because
Heavy guns are better guns.
Because I have an old gun that used to shoot 40 and limited, and then I put a
there's
9
no rules.
millimeter.
You could hang a 6-pound
I know.
lead pipe at the end of that Glock.
I know, but like I started shooting that thing with 9 millimeter in it, and it gave me a boner, and I wanted to keep shooting it because
I
it's
have
fun.
The same gun.
Yeah,
It's a very nice gun.
it's very nice to shoot, but like what it comes down to though, like there was targets at my match where they were literally hung wrong. Like we cut them off because they needed to be lower, so they were behind barrels, and then they got put up higher and could be shot from somewhere they shouldn't have been, and it drove me fucking crazy. But no one else thought it was a problem. I was the only one who thought it was a problem, and I think that popper on 6 you're talking about. Tell me if you agree, Jeff. I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it breaks the stage at all.
It probably doesn't. I'm looking at what could be better.
You're a lot
In all
more laid back
honesty,
than I am, though.
Looking back on Bay 10, so for those of you that see some Instagram, we have 3 steel and 2 of them have hardcover. We should have hardcovered all 3 of them.
Yep. You were trying to be too nice.
Surprisingly,
I thought they all 3 had hardcover.
no, it surprisingly wasn't as hard as I thought it would be.
No, I
There's gonna
blasted
be
through
some
that.
people that are going to go to war tomorrow.
They're too
It'll
close.
just
If they
happen.
were farther away,
Yeah.
if you just take the shooting area of that stage and the close parts of it and back it up and leave that where it is,
Yeah, so
it
for
would
those
have.
of you listening, Bay 10, the problem we have on Bay 10 is I like having steel on a stage, 1 or 2. I don't like having just a paper stage. And the problem with is Bay 10, it's just the way it worked. We really can't go further back because of 180 violations, so you're kind of stuck on distance. That bay every year at this place is kind of gets a little samey because it's about 15 yards wide, and that's about all you can do.
Yeah,
But so we tried to make it interesting. I like.
it was a fun
hardcover
stage.
on
I
steel.
liked it.
Yeah, the current raw time champ is 10.2 seconds.
Ooh, I was in the 11s. I was relatively spicy then.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna.
Someone's
go
gonna
right
crack
now.
9s on that for
I'm
sure.
gonna say that
You think anybody gets into the 8s? I think they will.
I think that Ben Egelston, Tanpo, Lane, and a couple others
Craig.
out here they'll certainly be under 10, barring
yeah.
an issue. The Super Scott will, and some others. I think you might see a couple people break 9. You got to hustle.
No, it's
And by the way,
it's
you
a
can't
long
just-
run to the right.
You can't just shoot that steel clean. It's got to be quick and clean if you're going to break 9.
Yeah,
It's got to have to be pop, pop, pop.
and it's still hard enough. You still got to aim. Like they're not.
That was my problem on the 3 stages I shot today. I only shot 3 out of the 10.
I almost my match at Great Plains was falling apart so quickly. I don't even know why I finished shooting the match. I should have just not. I should have
had no
just.
intention of shooting at all today.
But
And
you
then
brought
there
your
was-
gun and ammo.
Because I did. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll try. And then Tom Engel, if you guys know, he's our longtime club member, Mr. Fix-It at this match. He said, you know what? Just shoot a couple stages that you want to shoot. So what the scores, I don't care. So I shot Bay 5 just because I was free at the time. And then I shot 2 of the stages I liked. And that's enough. But anybody match directing out there, it's hard to shoot your own match and be able to try to actually shoot it, I guess I'll say it that way,
Yeah.
versus just throwing rounds down range and at the end saying that was just a waste of 213 rounds or whatever our round count is.
Although last year at Great Plains, I actually shot pretty good. I don't know. I think because I had zero expectation, but things were done though.
That'd be a good stage name.
What?
Zero expectations.
Zero expectations.
That'd actually be a great match name.
Have we mentioned yet,
Plains
recording
Zero
Jeff,
Expectations Championship?
what the name of my stage is?
Not with him.
So you guys want to talk about stage names?
Yeah, we should.
So, we had stages 1 through 10, and we're running at Hit Factor matches. Obviously, our club is and others are very against what's going on, so we thought we'd have fun with the stage names. We didn't get real too cute or insensitive to things, but we talked about financials and various things.
What was it, loose financials?
Loose financials.
Yep.
Now, I thought it was funny yesterday morning when we were finalizing the setup that, where's Andy working? So Andy is on base 6, so we called it next guy out. We all giggled for about 5 minutes.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
We have stage 10 is 10.2, but spelled out. Isn't that the bylaw you got to do to live stream or whatever?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the one where.
One's called executive session.
Yep.
Travel allowance. We have Ponzi scheme. We have cameo or bust. Next guy out.
Ban them all.
Ban 'em all.
Travel allowance.
Yep.
I'm not submitting anything for this match or any other that I've been to so far. Although this isn't a USPSA
You're not
match.
submitting any USPSA expenses for the Cornhusker Classic match?
No, not.
You know what? I respect that a lot. Because no comment from you ahead of time, I guarantee you that's been done.
Oh, probably. And honestly, when it comes to that, we get this like $6,000 that we can do whatever with, and I'm like, $6,000? Fuck! If I had $6,000 to spend on whatever,
you buy ammo
in
with
my
it?
own household,
Dude, can you buy ammo with that?
I mean,
I gotta submit it. But here's the thing: I don't even know how
buy
to
me
submit
some
anything.
ammo with that?
But what I would rather
the other part of the deal.
What I would rather do with it though is like the club my buddy Bruce runs in Spearfish, South Dakota. They're going to be moving into a new facility, and they're going to need some stuff. Like, they've got stuff, but they're moving into a giant new range that's going to have giant matches someday, and they need
everybody
stuff.
in this area wants to go out there for a match as soon as they're ready.
I know. And from what I hear, the range will be from what I saw, pictures were just released. Some guy took a bunch of pictures out there this week. I don't know if you saw what I posted.
Them, yep.
I mean, the bays look like they're done for the most part.
They almost look fake. It looks so nice.
I know. Isn't it ridiculous?
Yes.
It's so crazy.
Well, the thing is that you could make that a vacation destination, right? Because Spearfish is just on the north side of the Black Hills.
Yes. Well, they shoot in this little tiny range that's in Spearfish Canyon right now.
Yeah.
The new range is like the first main Rapid City exit. Once you get past the Air Force Base, the first major Rapid City exit, you go 10 miles north, and there it is.
Yeah, but all my point was timing of the year, depending on tourism, to find maybe, obviously you stay away from Sturgis, but having a match out there where people can, have a little fun, it's a great place in the summer to go to if you time it right.
Yep. Whether it's, and, June, first half of July. The thing is, second half of July is when shit gets expensive out there.
Right.
Because of rally. And the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally happens the first full week of August. So, and first full week means basically the week before the first full week and then a few days after that week.
I think you do it in September when it's about
September is a
75,
fantastic month to be in the Black Hills anyway.
The tourists are gone. It's cooler.
Everything's cheaper.
Yeah.
And everything I've heard, like I've done classes at Game Fish and Parks ranges. I don't have to pay anything. I just have to fill out a form for the event and get it approved. And from what I've heard, they're not really looking for money from matches. They look at it as a tourism thing. Right? Yeah, it's owned by the state, and they're not looking for revenue directly from it. The range was built primarily with donations. The GFP owned the land, but all the work was primarily done with donations from all kinds of companies and individuals. Smith & Wesson dropped a pile of money. Ruger dropped a pile of money on it. And those are just the ones I happen to know of. But I am so excited for that thing to get done,
Give
and it's
them a
supposed
year
to be
to get
done
some
in time for
props
the rally. Yeah,
Have a match out there.
but back to the original point was, like, I can use, as an area director, I can use that to help clubs out with stuff. You know, it's not just for travel; it's for whatever. And I wouldn't want to give like all of it to one club. Like, there's a whole bunch of clubs in Area 3, you know, but like clubs like yours, mine, we're fairly mature. We don't really need a lot, you know. Not that there isn't like, you know, helping out with an RO class, like that's a thing that money can be used for. Like, there's a lot of things that money can be used for. That's not me going to a fucking match. And that's what I think that money should be.
In all
for.
honesty, a place like that, if you get some more donations, is there some infusion where they, over a couple of years, they can get some steel and they get some people to build some walls?
Yeah,
dude, I'm driving out there for a match.
Oh, they'll have a
It's
club
8
match
hours
out
from
there.
here, I don't care.
They'll have club matches out there this year, and I can't wait. Like, I already told Bruce, like, let me know when the first club match is there. I'll be there.
So their current club moving to that range?
Yeah, well, they're moving to that range, yeah, because they're at this tiny little range in Spearfish.
If I understood it, Bruce is kind of being like the main match director, and Bruce's dad is he's building all the props and the walls, and he's the
Mr. Fix-It guy for them. Yeah.
So I shot with them last weekend, and they were telling me all about everything they got planned for this range, and it's going to be like, they're talking like 200, 300, 400 walls, just planning for big matches.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't make them solid walls. I don't want to carry any more solid walls.
Dude, like some of the walls we had, I found this super thin and light, I don't know what kind of, it was like black plastic chicken fence.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I loved it. I loved it so much. The only problem is it's hard to see that it's even a wall. Like, it was so thin and light, it was almost as if it was a port.
You know, if we did a hit factor match, we could put a metal mesh and electrify it inside the area.
But
That'll keep people from leaning on the wall.
No, there's no penalty. The penalty is leaning against it.
Yeah, like getting electrocuted is your penalty.
Yeah.
so
Is there a
like a
penalty
game-
for
like a-
leaning into the wall? No, you're good.
like a game of or electrify a window, and it's like a game of operation. Like, you must stick them through. don't electrocute
By the
yourself.
way, I don't know if you guys saw what I did up on Bay 9. So Bay 9, way up on our 100-yard range here, has a port that you got to shoot. What is it, 2 or 3 targets to? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3.
So I got our Garmin Chrono sitting right under the port up there.
Oh, yeah.
Some people asking me there if it's going to be there tomorrow, and I said maybe. So I got some people freaked out, so it worked
so
out.
funny.
Dude, that's
I wonder
how
much
Chrono should
ammo.
work.
I wonder how much ammo Cabela's will sell tonight because you did that.
That's how Chrono should work.
Yeah.
I mean, we got this display from AMG Labs that I ordered that I'll probably get when
The
my
Garmin Chrono, right?
2026.
when my grandson graduates college, so it'll be a while. I'm glad they're promoting it.
Yeah.
But anyway, Bluetooth that last shot through the port into a display. If it's below a certain velocity, depending what you declare, you do some random ammo checks with the range master. That's actually how Chrono should be.
No, I like that idea. I also thought it would be fun to just, if we'd had time to set it up, just set it up on one of the stages and just let it go. Go ahead, grab a beer, by all means.
By the way, it won't help your stage planning.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe it will. I don't know. It didn't help mine.
It'll open you up to new ideas. But just to have it there just for the hell of it, you know, whether you're screwing with people or not, just have it set up. Like, I wanted to set one up because, like, a bunch of guys at my club have that Garmin Chrono. Just set it up on the stage we had a 50-yard popper on.
Yeah.
And just for the shits and grins of it, just to have that.
You know, I thought if you know, it's just sitting under the port, it's safe. It'll. I mean, if you've used one, it'll pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to. I think some people might try to lean way back, and I don't know if we'll pick it up, and then have a display back there, just for the shit talking.
Yeah,
dude, what bullet weight you running?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
What's your bullet weight?
Get that 96
yeah,
780 feet per second. Really?
So
those better be 160s in there.
Yeah, you got 220s going out of your 9mm there.
Right.
Yeah, where are you buying those 229mm bullets at?
So Todd is also a very interesting shooter because he is one of the best steel challenge shooters in the country in several divisions.
Well, I think I'm top 20 in a couple. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while.
How'd that happen?
You know, I grew up on a farm shooting rifles, so rifles have always been more comfortable to me. They just are. And my wife, Michelle, Top Shot Shell for you out there, she's very, very, very good as well. And she loves Steel Challenge, so we just like to do it because she enjoys it and we do it together. And I don't know, we just, for some reason, those 22 rifles at PCC in my hand just feels awesome.
That's the one thing in Steel Challenge. Like, I honestly, when I started shooting it with my son a couple years ago, the other club up by Sioux Falls started running matches, and I was just shooting carry optics most of the time, and then finally I'm like, I'm going to shoot my Ruger Mark IV. Well, I'm like, why does anybody shoot center fire in this? It's so fun to shoot rim fire in that sport.
You know, I would say at a match, it's 80% low ready. You know, 22s and PCCs.
Right.
It's 80%. And, you know, it's user-friendly. We recommend people here that show up for our matches, even if your goal is to shoot hit factor or multi-gun, you should shoot a couple Steel Challenges first. Just for the commands.
Yep.
That competitive nervousness that some people have their first time. It's pretty hard to get in trouble in Steel Challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do a couple. And I recommend do it. So even clubs out there that don't run Steel Challenge or maybe are having a hard time growing, run a couple Steel Challenge just to get, for that reason. You can outlaw, it doesn't have to be real, but just run some steel type match. Just so people can get through the base commands and cold range and all those various things you need them to do. You know, using the safety table. You know.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah. Just as a way to do it, and then if they want to, you know, move to hit factor or multi. You know, by the way, shoot hit factor matches too before you go straight to multi gun. As well, before you start adding 3 guns to it.
I started with 3 gun.
That's the wrong direction.
Well,
everyone seems to want to start in 3-gun, not realizing how difficult and
giant
complicated
pain in
it
the
is.
ass it is. Yeah.
Do you still shoot it?
Nah, just occasionally.
You know why you don't shoot it?
Because I don't like hauling 3 guns and 3
takes all day.
Yes, that's exactly why. I worked multi-gun nationals last year, and every day I was on the range, all 3
I don't know why
days.
anyone would volunteer to do that.
13 hours
Yeah.
each day. 13 hours.
Where there's a 1-gun, 10 stage 1-gun
Yeah.
match done by 2 o'clock.
I worked Area 3 last year, and we were done on day 1, like of the main match, like the Saturday, Sunday. We were done before 5.
Yep.
I mean, I spent 8 hours on the range, like a reasonable amount of time. You know, just
I did a couple a year, the first couple of years we shot, and it just takes too damn long.
even just a rifle match takes longer. Like if it involves a rifle, it just takes longer. Like, what do you have, Ben?
Got a 38 Super Comp.
Oh, okay. We'll auction off this 138 Super Comp case. Who wants it? Is that what yours is?
No, I'm 9 Major.
Okay.
Ken Anderson, you know what? Throw that down in front of him tomorrow when you see him.
There's a guy in Sioux Falls who would also, he walks around like this. He's jingling his brass side to side, looking down at the ground,
I
looking
am
for
not
that
a brass
38
rat.
Super. Oh, no.
If you shoot 38 Super, though, you kind of have to be.
Yeah, you kind of have to be. So,
Anyway.
well, thanks for sitting down with us, Todd.
Yeah.
And the easiest day is tomorrow.
You know, it's you match direct, and other people's that listening to it. You know, that's the reward. Is hopefully, knock on wood, things go well. You have the chaos of teardown.
Yeah, there's that.
It's about a half hour of madness, and then you give out some awards, and then what you do is you get together with your team in a couple weeks, and we did this last year. Do a debrief while it's fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What didn't we do well? What should we keep doing next year? So that way, when you start planning for next year's match, you know what to to alter. So, hopefully your matches continue to get better every year.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So
Todd Woitzel, thanks for having a beer with us.
Yep.
What's the matter?
It's me with a
You
microphone.
dropped a cookie on the ground. Are you going to eat it? I would.
The middle part.
The
That's
bite
like-
you bite around to create.
That's like a cinnamon roll. Like the best part of a cinnamon roll is the center
Yeah.
of the cinnamon roll.
The Cinnabusy.
If I drop that on the floor, I'm eating that bitch. I don't care.
100%.
Unless it was the porta potty I just came out of over there. Tim Dunderi. Did I say your last name right?
Yes.
Okay. Minnesota boy. Welcome. You're welcome for the beer. Thanks for coming over.
Much appreciated. Iowa water. Got to stay hydrated.
You go to a lot of matches. How many matches have you been to that gave you walkthrough beers?
This would be the first one.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking of bringing my own. At Great Plains last year, we did some post walkthrough Waterfall gas station cup hard iced teas. Pretty good.
Nice. So you've how many? Well, you ran one major. You shot Great Plains. How many majors have you done this year? Is this your third?
Yeah, this is just the third. Normally, I would have probably shot a lot more by now.
How does your wife feel about that?
She likes it that I'm home more. I'm running a ton more matches at my range, but I tell her, hey, I know I'm busy, but I'm at least home at night.
Yeah, there's that. So she's happier that you've been home more, like not traveling as much.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like home every night at least. I know maybe not till 7 p.m. And leading up to my major was pretty insane.
Oh, I know. It's nuts. Well, and you brought your kids down. You guys just had made a weekend of coming to Sioux Falls for Great Plains. I still haven't gone to a match yet where we turned it into like a family weekend with my wife and kids. I have a feeling that might happen next year, going out to Rapid when they get that range done here in August, I guess. But how many have you done that any other place where you've like taken the family somewhere?
Yeah, we went out to the Wyoming Governor's Cup 2 years ago.
Oh.
Kids were a little younger, but it was peak summer, so they're out of school.
Sure.
But they really enjoyed that. It was a little bit of a haul. We drove straight there. It was like
Where in Wyoming was it?
I was in Casper.
Oh, so wasn't on the other side of
13 hours for me. So.
Well, oh yeah, I forget you
with
got that other 4 hours.
5 and a 7-year-old at the time.
Oh, God.
It was pretty ambitious.
Making Jeff want to cut off his testicles.
I think we
right
stopped
now.
every hour approximately for some reason or another.
I shot a match in Wyoming last weekend, and that is not a drive I wish upon anyone with children.
That's what the baby Benadryl's for. So
it was pretty boring until I think we got to about like the Badlands area, South Dakota. Then there became a lot more to see. The kids enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, South Dakota teases you. You get that little spurt at Chamberlain where you come over that big hill and it's like, whoa, look at the river. That's cool. You know, and it's like different land on the other side of the river than it is on this side. Like it's cornfields on one side and it's like ranch land on the other side. It's totally different. And then it gets boring again for another hour and a half, 2 hours. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, we're getting a little taste of the Badlands there. There's another little taste. Oh, here's the Black Hills. Okay. So I'm running out of first questions for people. Let's go to the one that I've used a couple of times so far already. The best match you shot, regardless of how you finished. What was that?
Dragon's Cup.
Oh, Ben, I got your plaque from Great Plains. So hang.
Do I get a
Don't
plaque?
run away.
Does fourth place get anything?
Sorry. I got your message that night. I'm like, no, sorry. I know there was a shitload of people.
I didn't.
But I only did.
Case Ryan was in PO. That's why I thought I got third.
Oh.
So and then I switched to EO, and I was like, dang it.
Oh.
I don't know. For the level of practice I haven't been doing, I'm not upset.
I'm not the only one.
Okay, so you said Dragon's Cup?
Yeah, Dragon's Cup. I believe that was 2022. No, just last year. Yeah, that was still 23 because it was early last year.
The one Lane DQ'd at.
Yeah, the one that Lane DQ'd at. And then, yeah, that was pre-Area 3 DQ.
Yes.
We already talked to Lane about both those DQs. He brought him up. We didn't even have to.
Yeah, he sat down. He's like, so I'm the DQ king.
Yeah. So why was that? I mean, where did you finish in that match?
I worked that one as staff, but I think I was maybe 85, 86% of, I think, Christian Sailor that year. It definitely was not my best shooting because staff day, it's never the same.
No.
But it was very fun. You can see the attention to detail. Like Billy Dodson, he's a fellow good shooter. So when good shooters put that time into stages, it really shows.
Yeah.
A lot of finite details that he covered, and it was very, very fun.
You're a GM that does a lot, like to put on matches. There's not. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit, but there's not a lot of guys that do that.
There's absolutely not, and I can see why, because your shooting tends to suffer.
But like, so why do you do it?
Because nobody else would at the specific club I'm at. At a point, I was just kind of into sometime last year. I don't even remember when. I was like, okay, Tim, it's your turn to be president of the MAPSA club. Apparently, it's a very old club. It's been around since '85.
Yeah, one of the OGs.
We'll see if it stays USPSA going forward or not. But yeah, I just saw something in matches, especially shooting matches like Dragon's Cup, and like it's possible to build these kind of matches. You just need to put the time in and bring the experience and expertise and do the work. And not to say the guys before me were doing a bad job by any means, but I have a lot of time to put into it because I do shooting stuff and I hang out with my family and I go to work, and that's it.
Yeah. Like if you didn't have shooting, you would have no other hobby?
My hobby before shooting was home renovation, and we kind of ran out of stuff to do at my home.
Your wife's like, we're not putting another addition on the house.
Oh, she's dragging me to finish the basement, and I was like, have you seen the prices of everything right now? I'd love for it to come down slightly.
Oh, God. A couple of years ago, when we were getting ready to build Great Plains, I don't remember if it was last year or the year before, like the price of lumber was ridiculous. To just go buy fucking sticks for targets was like, they were like $3 a stick. It was like, what? Oh my God. Like instead of buying like 1x2s for target sticks, we were buying 12-foot 2x10s, and then a guy was like running them through his table saw to make the target sticks.
That's still what I actually do for target sticks.
How do they turn out though? Because the ones
much better. You just got to be picky about the 2x4s.
Well,
I think I actually get 2x6s and rip them down. I forget.
Because he had 2x10s, and there was a lot of them that like they fall apart in the middle.
Yeah, if you got to be really picky. You get boards with no knots or minimum, because the knots are what'll tend to be loose on something that small. And then if I found one with a knot, I would just take and Gorilla Glue like a 16th inch strip of wood over it, so it wouldn't flex. But they're more consistent. I find staples are actually slightly easier to pull out.
Really?
And they're like half of the price versus
it's cheaper, but I don't want to do it.
I don't do anything for 6 months out of the year in Minnesota, man. You don't do outside things come November, late November.
Hockey
so you don't play hockey or play video games, or what else? What else do Minnesota nice people do? I'm trying to think.
Ice fish.
Oh yeah, ice fishing.
We do some of that, but
no curling.
None of that. I've never tried that one yet.
I actually did it with like the curling league in Sioux Falls.
Really?
It was actually pretty fun.
We are very upset at one of our friends who apparently is in a curling league and did not tell us. And we're like, it's the one sport I can literally be drinking while playing.
Yeah, I don't. Even in the Olympics, don't they let them drink beer?
I would hope so. I feel like that's like
they should.
I have no excuse for not curling. Back a couple years ago, my old house was only a few miles from the arena where the Olympic curling team practiced. Fogarty Arena.
So are you originally from Minnesota?
Yep, born and raised in northeast Minneapolis.
Okay. You've gotten a little deep into the 3-gun a little bit.
I have. It's kind of been really fun to explore.
But before you go any farther, do you actually like shotgun?
Yes, because I don't own one. That's why I like to borrow a dissident.
I love everybody else's jet ski.
Yes.
That's the best jet ski is somebody else's.
I don't want to pay for one, but I'll ride yours. I'll ride the shit out of yours. Hell yeah. I actually did like shoot. Like the first practical shooting sport I did was 3-gun. I did the first USPSA match I shot was a classifier match. And I thought it was like 3-Gun Nation on TV. And so I'm shooting like one of the hardest classifiers. I don't remember which one it was, but it was a shitload of partials. And I'm just going whap, 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 whap. And I've got them into no shoots and hardcover and the whole thing. And I don't even know that those are penalties. And then I see my scores as 0. And I'm like, why is that a 0? I don't understand. Like, it seemed like it was rocket science, but I like shooting the shotgun as long as it doesn't get stupid. It doesn't turn into a gun loading contest. That's when I hated it. And most 3-gun matches, there's too much shotgun shooting, and you have to reload it super fast, and that got old really fast.
Working multi-gun nationals last year turned me off from ever quad loading a shotgun when I saw Nils Jonathan just shredding a stage with pistol and rifle. Then he picks up the shotgun, shreds, and then 5 seconds later when he's done fumbling around quad loading, because he's very fast at it, but no matter how you do it, it looks dumb.
Yeah.
And then
It's not
proceeds to
sexy,
shred
no.
again. I'm like, that looks terrible. I don't want anything to do with that.
I mean, the way Adam and the guys set that matchup last year, though, I worked it too, and they did it in a way that was not it was not stupid at all. Like, there was every stage that had shotgun, not necessarily all of them had a reload, but if they forced you to reload, you didn't have to do it really more than once. You didn't have to like shove 13 rounds in a tube twice. That never happened, and I was so glad for that. I'm not able to work it or shoot it this year, but I'm guessing they only learned from last year, and it's just going to be that much better this year. But so Minnesota's a little divided.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, they're really two camps in Minnesota when it comes to the whole Area 3 thing. Or is it just in general?
There's.
I mean, has it been combative prior to all this?
There's always been some like undertones of just not, let's say, like better than thou attitudes. Maybe I've noticed.
Oh, okay.
Going in the past, nothing that I care about. I'm just, and that's where I'm at with my current stuff. I'm just putting on the best matches I can, regardless of the rule set. Like, if people corner me and say they want USPSA, that's what I'll run for them. Mm-hmm. But I've seen nothing but success. I'm getting 75 plus people for a monthly match every month, and just nobody's complaining. They love it. We're still putting on the same great quality stages, just not the classifier here and there.
Right.
But yeah, Minnesota's been really divided. There's been some back and forth and this and that, and I don't know. Our MAPSA, my club MAPSA, me and my other cohorts on our board, kind of bowed out of it pretty early on. Say, we're not going to take part in USPSA stuff. That's fine. We'll just do our thing like we got told to do numerous times in numerous section meetings. If you don't want to do USPSA, do something else. Well, here we are, and they're still mad at us.
Oh, really? So
like
now your section is far more organized than ours is. Like, you actually, like, matches in Minnesota actually pay dues or pay activity fee, don't they?
We have the option to. We have the option to charge that. The section does, but it hasn't in quite some time.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a thing. Somebody told me that once, and I thought that was like a little bit from every match that happened in Minnesota went to the section to help build the section match.
Historically, the section has done great. They came out of last year with just a small, like, I think $2,000 in the bank as nice seed money for this year, which is great to have. This year seems to be off to a pretty rocky start. I'm not currently registered or anything for it because it stayed as a USPSA level 2. And I think it's only about half full right now, where normally it would have been sold out for months.
Yeah, I shot it in I think it was 2020. Yeah, it was the COVID year, I remember, because I made sure I went all the way. It was 2020, the Summer of Love in Minneapolis, because I made sure I went all the way around. I stayed out of Minneapolis proper on my way up there. But what is the divide? Like, what is the conflict over between is it just like whether it's USPSA or not, or does it go beyond that?
That is the base of the conflict. I mean, there's a pretty solid group of us that just don't want to support USPSA given the current situation. And you can see people say, oh, look how much better it's gotten. And while I agree there's been some positive movement, there hasn't been a lot of concrete change. Like, we've got a solid area director now, finally.
I think. I don't know.
That took long enough.
He's a bit of a scrub, but
I'm scrubby for sure.
Well, he's talking to me, so that's a plus.
and hanging out on the passenger side of his best friend's ride.
TLC reference. Thank you.
I didn't know you were that old, Jeff.
He's not. He's just an old soul.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. No, it's still sloppy. It's still messy. There's still, I think January, things are going to start settling. things will be able to be more concrete with some things, and to be 100% honest, like until I basically came into the middle of a dumpster fire, not knowing which dumpsters were burning and which one, it's like
They're all
literally
burning.
You're the meme of the guy walking in with the pizza and there's a fire in the corner.
Yeah.
And there's two dudes fighting in the other room and you're like, hello.
I need 1479. That's literally what I am. Like it's like opening up a Stephen King novel to like page 600. That's basically what because there will be things that come up in emails. I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And so then I have to like ask other people, what is this about? I don't understand. Like I have no historical context for this particular issue, whatever it is. But so how many stages have you walked here so far?
Just 1 through 5.
1 through 5. Okay. I'm not shilling, but they're pretty good. They're pretty different.
We had some asshole design 3 or 4 of them. So
yeah.
What a dick.
Well, and I gotta the stage I'm running. Good God, I'm gonna have to deal with now that I'm running one of your stages tomorrow. By the way, that's what
I just know the stage name that you're running. Next one to go or something.
Yeah. That's. I don't know if anybody figured that out. That next one gone was me running it. I'm guessing some more local people probably.
Todd was very happy about that.
Yeah. As soon as I got here yesterday, Todd's like, "Did you see the stage names yet? Did you see the stage name? Your stage tomorrow is called Next One Gone." He was so proud of it.
No different than latent shooting IDPA.
Exactly. Like no, and that kind of stuff is just dumb. Like to say that nothing bad is happening. It's a shooting event happening in Area 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be trap shooting. It could be long range rifle. It could be
we're here recording a podcast. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, there's that. And I was here to shit the bed this morning. That's what I did this morning.
Came prepared.
Yep, very prepared. Tim Dunderi, thanks for stopping by and having a beer.
Absolutely, thank you.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Like that.
Like that.
Like that. Ben Egelston, Minnesota boy, the second place enhanced optics champion at Great Plains. Because you guys shot on Saturday up there, so you weren't around to get your plaque.
We did.
But I brought it down.
Thank you.
So you're a relatively young guy. How old are you?
I just turned 29.
29.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're not a GM.
Nope. I haven't shot a classifier since I classified. Well, okay, maybe there might have been 1 or 2 between, but
Sandbagger.
No, I asked because
USPSA, right?
We had this discussion at Great Plains, and that's why I brought it up now. Is because pretty much the only reason he's not a GM is because he just hasn't shot any classifiers. The last classifier was when. It's so fun when someone says something off a mic when I'm wearing headphones and I can't hear what they say. So, how close were you and Lane at Great Plains? Wasn't it pretty close?
I was 96 something. He was 100, obviously.
Oh, okay. So you were like 4%.
4% of a super squad
like
GM.
3 point. What if we're getting into the details here?
Yeah.
3 points.
No, but I mean, like I think you've been to Great Plains almost all 4 years. It was in Sioux Falls or in Canton.
This is my second time shooting it.
Oh, it was the second time. Okay.
Second time shooting it. So
I've shot with you elsewhere though. I know. I can't remember where.
Probably.
I can't remember where.
Haven't you only been in the sport for like a couple years?
Yeah, so I got into USPSA shooting indoor matches in Chanhassen at our Stock and Barrel local gun club.
Oh, yeah.
I showed up, October of 2021, got some gear from a high schooler, barely fit me, and I was shooting a Walther Q5 steel frame, and I was like, this is sick compared to my little FN carry gun that I didn't have a holster extra mags for.
Yeah.
So I hadn't shot a handgun for 2 years since that time, and COVID and everything. I was just like, ammo is really expensive, and I got hooked immediately. And so then that following April, I had a Shadow 2, got it all set up and everything. And April of 2022 was when I shot my first outdoor match. And
really?
yeah, and that was that was all downhill.
Explain
from
why
here.
you've only been there twice, because the first one in Canton was in 2021.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you'd been shooting longer than that.
No, I got into it pretty recently, and Tim took me under his wing right away, and I got to learn a lot fast. So yeah.
I'm so jealous of guys like you that are young and not fat and
well, you can fix that.
sort
right?
of. Well,
I mean, all right. Sorry, maybe.
it's easier
All
said
right,
than done.
All right,
bro.
sure.
I like beer and whiskey a lot.
I don't like any of those things.
Well,
so.
we can fatten you up.
Oh, we can fatten me up. you
Well,
know.
I'm 20 years
I like
older than
pie.
you. That's part
I
of
like
it.
pie.
But no, I'm jealous because like I didn't know this was a thing when I was 29. I didn't know it existed. I didn't know it existed until I was 35. And so I just like the only shooting sports I did as a kid was trap shooting.
Well, I only thought 3-gun was a thing before USPSA. I didn't have any frame of reference for what this was because, again, the local gun club, they put out a little advertisement on their Facebook page that said, handgun competition night, beginners welcome. And I get there and there's people with open guns and all this crazy stuff. I'm like, these aren't beginners. This isn't beginners. Yeah. Anyway, so that was my first time ever hearing about USPSA. And like I said, I thought 3-gun was it. And I'd shot trap in high school. And I don't come from a family that is really into guns. I come from a family who's really into bow hunting.
Oh, okay.
So shooting shotguns and trap and stuff was kind of foreign. I had done it a few times with family, going to like Prior Lake. They've got the Horse and Hunt Club up in Minnesota. Great place. Shot with my uncle a few times. But when I got, it was a senior year of high school, my buddy's like, yo, there's a trap team. I'm like, sign me up. There's a trap shooting team. I didn't know this was a thing, and apparently it had been only a thing since my junior year. So got into it senior year.
And high school trap is huge in Minnesota now.
High school trap is probably one of the fastest growing sports. I don't even know if it's across the nation or wherever. Maybe
well, I know in Minnesota it is because I came across a YouTube video the other day, and the number of kids shooting at there was as many kids shooting. I think there was like 10,000 kids shooting in the state. Yeah, high school trap shoot for Minnesota. I might be wrong on that number, but it was a fucking insane number.
So, anyways, fast forward. I get into the trap shooting team, and I'm shooting a 20 gauge, not doing great, and I'm like, I feel like
I need more babies.
Well, I was like, I think I should be hitting stuff more. I don't know what's going on. We had coaches and everything. It was great.
You need a red dot. That's why.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
They would probably
a heavier gun.
However, we went to Fleet Farm. My dad and I went to Fleet Farm afterwards that night. Got a 12 gauge, a Remington 8.7, just your standard run-of-the-mill pump, and got a little faster sporting clay shells, and turned it around. And then I got on the varsity team because there was depending on how you scored throughout the season, and how many what your average of shooting out of 25 was where you placed. And I barely made it to the varsity team. Went to shoot state, and I took third.
So your shotgun was holding you back shooting a 20 gauge.
I think it might have been.
Yeah, I think so. When you're talking shotguns, that's the thing that could definitely hold you back is you have literally half as many BBs flying at the Claybird.
And I was new. Again, I really hadn't shot much. And the only time was when I would go and shoot for the Thursday night trap night every other week. So I would say, on top of being interested in USPSA and just shooting, I've always had a natural inclination to be like a kid with a BB gun or an airsoft gun. I've been an first-person shooter game player for my entire life since I could hold a controller. I grew up on Halo. And in college, I was on the University of Minnesota's esports team. And so I played like Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, and PUBG. And so it's just anyways.
I didn't even know what half those things are.
That's all right. You're 20 years older and you like beer and whiskey, so
he likes Mountain Dew and Cheetos. It's just a different world.
Mountain Dew, Cheetos, beer and whiskey. Maybe it's just a generational thing, but you can enjoy those. I'm sure. Ask Joel Park. I think he's a gamer. So
who?
Joel Park. You know that guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joel Park.
Yeah, but
I like video games too, but video games for me ended in 2012. Like,
Okay, all right.
And
That's when they
online multiplayer is boring as shit. Like
I'm the opposite.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna run around and I'm gonna get killed by an 8-year-old, and then I'm gonna respawn. And I'm gonna get killed by an 8-year-old.
by some kid in like a Nicki Minaj skin.
It's just different types of autism. That's what we're dealing with.
All right,
So
you know what? That's what Tim
meanwhile,
says.
I'm gonna play the campaign and dominate. That's what I'm gonna do.
Just crushing NPCs.
I'm gonna crush the campaign.
Yeah. Anyways, so I kind of chalk it up to just being someone who has been interested but never had the opportunity to really shoot much. And, again, it's not like I was amazing out of the gate. I was fast. I saw people immediately and I wanted to go fast. And like, how do I be that but more accurate? And then...
Well, I just remember, I don't even remember where it was. I just remember the first time being aware of you. I think I was squatted with you at some match. I don't know what it was.
I think it was Iowa 2022.
That might have been it.
Yeah.
I just remember you were fast as fuck, but you didn't really hit stuff.
Yeah, that's
But
exactly
you were-
what it was. Yeah.
I was like, this kid's going to be good if he learns how to hit stuff or
Yeah.
just be patient and hit
Yeah.
stuff. And
Truly.
And you are definitely hitting stuff more than you were 2 years ago. That's for sure. What was the biggest? Have you had like a hurdle or a thing you overcame, like some bugaboo? I mean, I don't think you're there yet, but
No, I still feel like it's been an upward trajectory for a long time, and now that I've gotten to a certain point, it does feel a little more
plateaued,
plateauing a little bit.
Yeah.
But just vision, really, it came down to actually being more aware of what you're looking at when you're shooting, and I feel like it's easy for me to kind of visualize what that looks like. You get great examples like Mason Lane. You've got great teachers like Ben Steger and Joel, and Tim Dunderi. One time I was over at his house picking some stuff up. He's like, just aim harder, and that clicked for whatever reason. It clicked, and I was like, all right, aim harder.
Yeah.
And part of me also is afraid of going too slow. Like I've always had this inclination to go fast, and I just needed to slow down like 5%. See more. And that's what I've been trying to push more in dry fire. And with nationals at the end of the month, I'm still feeling like I'm a little behind on where I would like to be, just because I had a long season last year. Didn't really give myself a long time to kind of settle down. I shot IPSC Nats in November. Probably shouldn't have shot that, just to give myself more of a mental break. And I guess now we're kind of back into it. So
yeah. The kid on our squad, Sam.
Yeah.
That guy is blessed with a high motor. Like he is just he's all speed. Like he doesn't have to try to go fast.
No. He's coming from limited, and he has always just been, how fast can I shoot
Like
this?
hair is like his ass is on fire. Everything he shoots. Like, and if he just aimed.
I mean, really, you have to slow down a little bit. Like, you've got to.
And part of it is the amount of training. He has not shot a gun since Area 3 last year.
Yeah.
This is the first time he has shot a gun.
All right.
And so, and he's probably going to be.
And I'm pretty sure he beat me.
He's probably
I
going to be
shit the bed this morning pretty bad. So
top 10%, top 20% with no work. So
oh yeah,
how much,
he finished second this morning on the staff shoot.
Yeah. Right. So what does your training look like going into nationals? So how often are you dry firing? How many rounds are you firing every week?
Right now, I'm live fired more than I probably have on a consistent basis. The range that I got into USPSA at is actually my home indoor range, and they're obviously hit factor USPSA friendly. I don't know what's going to offend people in the podcast.
I don't care.
we don't care.
But so I can shoot doubles. I can draw from the holster. I can do all that stuff. So I don't have a direct access to an outdoor range, which sucks. And all the outdoor ranges are either on a wait list or they're an hour plus away.
Yeah, because like Forest Lake has a cap on how many people can join.
Tim's on the board for that. We were talking about that on the way down here. So definitely limited. So I lean more on dry fire. Dry fire is, again, more on vision. So I've got a decent amount of space in my basement where I can set up some stuff, do some movement, and I don't know, really just try to run some mini stages a little bit. But I like doing static stuff to train the vision.
Yeah.
And then doing kind of incorporating, I cut out some steel paper or paper out of a paper plate to the size of a mini popper.
Yeah.
And I can put it at the other end of my basement and kind of move on that, right? And do some more intentional training on that side of things. Because you can't, like, you got to be diligent. You got to be honest with yourself. Like, you'll know where things are going.
Yeah.
And then indoor range, I shoot doubles and a lot of practical accuracy stuff. I can't set up multiple targets next to each other, so I can't really do a lot of target transitions indoors. But it's a lot of going back and forth between that. Like, Tim and I got out to Forest Lake the other night and ripped on some stuff, so that was good.
All right. Well, good luck at nationals.
I appreciate it, Andy.
That's
Could you be a little more enthusiastic?
I'm tired. No, sorry. I'm hungry and I'm tired, and I'm it's time for Jeff to take me home.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm seeing you fading.
Jeff can carry you out of here. All right.
Anyway,
Thank
Ben
you.
Egelston, everybody. Thanks for stopping and having a beer.
Thank you. Carry you out of here. All right.
Anyway,
Thank
Ben Egelston, everybody. Thanks for stopping and having a beer.
Thank you.